Hi again, everybody. It's time for Newsbreak on Paper News 24/7. I'm Frank Phillips reporting from the pages of the paper of Montgomery County. And on the front page today, County Councilman Tom Utley has a passion for economic development. It might have been born in the Pacific when he became a businessman trading coconuts and bags of cement. The cement was used to build typhoon-proof buildings, and the coconuts, well, they just taste good. Utley spoke at the Crawfordsville Rotary Club Wednesday afternoon at the Quality Inn. He is the author of the white paper adopted by city and county officials with the aim of strengthening economic development in Montgomery County. That's quite an achievement in itself, given the city and county's spirit of independence and a desire to not get too chummy when it comes to cooperation. We have not had a lot of cooperation between the city and county, Utley said, which brought a chortle from at least a few of the Rotarians in the audience. We are trying to focus energy and thought to economic development, he said. Does anyone think Montgomery County can expect help from Washington, D.C., he asked. Utley is skeptical. Instead, he proposes local people use what is at hand to give everyone a pay raise. We don't have coconuts in Montgomery County, but we do have corn and beans, and our location lends itself to being a distribution center, he said. We also need people to be entrepreneurs, small businessmen, he added. Why is Microsoft in Redmond, Washington? Utley asked. Because that's where Bill Gates lives. Utley said he doesn't really expect a local company to be the next Microsoft, but people need to start someplace, and that place for local residents is here. Utley also commented on Montgomery County economic development, saying, "We are trying to organize ourselves. We need a comprehensive plan. One challenge facing MCED is to keep the people currently on the massive board of about 30 members involved in MCED while streamlining the board and making MCED more viable." When we come back, more local news from the pages of the paper of Montgomery County. We'll take a look at our Weatherbird Weatherby's forecast and a look at sports. You're watching Newsbreak on Paper News 24/7.
Bad wrecks happen to good people. That's why people take their wrecks to the good people at Gould's Body and Paint in Crawfordsville. Gould's will work with your insurance company to provide an accurate quote of your needed repairs. Then the iCar Gold Class Specialists take over, restoring your vehicle to good as new. Gould's will service any make, any model, any type, or amount of damage. Just remember our motto, at Gould's Body and Paint, our business is a wreck.
At Zon's Floor Covering, we don't offer washers, paint, or lumber. Floor covering is our expertise for your home or office. At Zon's Floor Covering, we offer luxurious styles of carpeting and realistic-looking vinyl patterns, and we do it better than anyone else. You'll fall in love with the possibilities at Zon's, all backed by professional installation, superior personal service, and our 3-year installation warranty. Stop by Zon's today and see why we want to be everywhere you are.
And we're back. The Linden Depot Museum has expanded its gift shop with a wider variety of children's books and toy trains. It will open April 1st, so you'll want to stop by Linden and see their new gift shop at the Linden Depot Museum. Athens of Indiana Art Studio and Gallery will exhibit the works of artists Pat Burns and Pontet Berry starting this evening. Pat Burns is a local artist, photographer who grew up in the Sugar Creek area. The photographs on canvas exhibited at Athens Indiana Arts tell stories about places and moments recorded during his walks through the woods. Burns indicates in his artist statement that he makes no changes to the pictures except to make sure that what's on canvas reflects the images that captured his eye. That accounts for the emotional pull his work offers the viewer. I could literally feel myself on the trail, engulfed by the same light, breathing the same freshness, wrote Carmen Reguero for the paper. His interest in art was encouraged by his father, local artist Gene Burns, who had a studio along Sugar Creek south of Crawfordsville in the 1960s named Val Hinch Studios, where the original photographs by Pat Burns and original art by sisters Sarah and Maggie Burns and the late Jean Burns is exhibited. Also on display, starting this evening at the Art Gallery, are the works of sculptor Pontip Berry, who owns and operates Berry Beautiful Flowers, located in Avon. Developed an interest in sculpting and painting clay flowers during one of Berry's visits to Thailand, her native country. Curiosity led her to study the craft, and on her next trip to Thailand, she learned to sculpt the flowers from air-dry clay. From conception to finished product, the craft involves a long process, and endless hours are dedicated to perfecting and turning out a breathtakingly beautiful creation, Ruggiero wrote. The exhibit at the Athens of Indiana Arts, located at 113 North Washington Street, has been scheduled for tonight, Friday night, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Well, let's check the weather forecast, see what our little weatherbird friend Weatherby has to say. Weatherby is breaking out the shades today. He says today will be sunny with a high of 43 degrees. If Weatherby is off by more than 3 degrees, send us an email at Weatherby, that's WEATHERBY, at thepaper24-7.com and let us know. Include your name and phone number, and at the end of the month, all those who called in and caught Weatherby will be entered into a drawing for a prize. Well, there was a big meeting last night concerning Southmont High School, and our sports editor Ross Flint was at the scene covering it for us. Southmont High School has been invited to join the West Central Conference and is considering the offer. But before making any decisions, Athletic Director Bob Busher wanted to hear input from members of the community during a meeting Thursday at the high school. Coaches, administrators, and parents attended the meeting, which lasted about 1.5 hours. Busher emphasized at the start of the discussion that no decision has been made. We want to do what's best for the students at Southmont, he said at the start of the meeting. The school has promised the leadership of the Sagamore Conference that it would inform the conference of its decision by April 1st. Busher said the school isn't expected to inform the WCC by a specific date, but because of Southmont's longtime membership to the SAC, he believed the right thing to do was to let the leadership know as soon as possible. There was a period of time that Wabash senior wrestler Greg Rhodes thought his career on the mat was over. He competed in the 2012 NCAA Midwest Wrestling Regionals 2 weeks ago, where he entered as the defending champion and favorite to win again. But he lost in overtime to Trine University's Ryan Pepper 2-1 in the 184-pound final. That meant he needed some good fortune to return to the NCAA Division III National Championship, where a year ago he finished in 8th. He found it at the coaches' meeting 2 days after the regional. He received the alternate slot, which meant he had to wait to see how some of the weight class assignments paired out from the other regional and conference qualifying tournaments. He now is among the 18 wrestlers competing for the title. I really thought my season was done after regionals, so getting this second chance is special, Rhodes said in a press release. I realize these second chances don't come around very often. I plan to take full advantage of the opportunity. My approach will be the same as it was last year. Our coaches are really good at knowing what I have to do to peak at the right time for this meet. And that's a look at news, weather, and sports from the paper of Montgomery County. I'm Frank Phillips reporting. Have an outstanding day, and we'll see you next time.